graders. We're going to talk today about ordering and comparing numbers using place value. Before we get started on how to solve the problems, we want to talk about the symbols that you're going to need to use. There's three basic symbols: greater than, less than, equal to. Equal to is pretty self-explanatory. I think you all probably know. It's just the equal sign. Then greater than, the alligator always wants to eat the greater number. Chomp, chomp, so it faces the greater number. And then less than is just the opposite of greater than. The end of the arrow points to the smaller of the two numbers. So let's go ahead and talk about what kinds of problems we're going to be solving. The first type is two numbers that have a different number of digits. Now, if you're comparing a one-digit number with a three-digit number, the three-digit number is automatically going to be a greater number. It's just the way math works. If there's a greater number of place values filled up, or a greater number of places filled up, the number is going to be greater. So if you had 3 versus 300, 300 is always going to be greater. It's got 3 places instead of 1 place filled. So those are kind of the easiest problems to solve, and that's with whole numbers. Now, if you're looking at decimals, it's a totally different story, but we're just talking about whole numbers today. So when you're comparing whole numbers with a different number of digits, the one with a greater number of digits is always going to be the greater number. Okay? The second type of problem that you're going to be asked to solve is two different numbers with the same number of digits. Now those get a little bit trickier. So when you're looking at those, you line up the digits in order starting at the ones place. So let's say we have 36,714 and 33,895. We're going to start by moving left to right. So what we're going to look at first is our place that's the furthest to the left. In this case, it would be a 3 and a 3, both in the 10,000s place. Well, 3 and 3, those are equal to each other. So far we don't have enough information to determine which number is greater. So we're going to look at the thousands place, the place directly to the right. Now when we're looking there, the 6 and the 3, which one is going to be greater? Well, I know that 6 is greater than 3, which means that 36,000 is going to be greater than 33,000. And I really don't even have to look at the rest of the digits. In this case, we would say that 36,714 is greater than 33,895. Or, on the flip side, we could say 33,895 is less than 36,714. So those are two different ways that you could write it. Another example would be if we were looking at 874 and 875. First, we would line them up by the ones place. Then we would look at the hundreds place first because we start at the left. So we would look at 8 and 8. They're the same. So I'm going to move over to the tens place. 7 and 7. Those are the same. So I'm going to move over to the ones place and check those digits. Now I know that 4 and 5 are not the same digit. Obviously, I know you're still with me. 5 is going to be greater, so that means the 875 is going to be greater than 874. Go ahead and take a few minutes to set up your notes in your math notebook so that you are ready to rock and roll with me first thing tomorrow when we get started on math. If you have questions tonight, I want you to make a note of them on a sticky note, stick them in your math notebook. If you don't have a sticky note, just write it in the margins or something like that, and we will start our math off with that, with your questions, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page and everybody is ready to hit the ground running. Have a good night.
Hi, Mama's class.